Hello and welcome to Release. Today we are working on our hip opening sequence. So when you are ready, come on down to your mat at about the middle of the mat. Lengthen up through the spine, shoulders back and down. Close down the eyes. Release any tension you may be holding in the jaw. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Today's practice is an intentional mobility for the hips. The hips are powerful stabilizers. They support how we move forward, they support how we carry weight, and how we balance strength and softness. When you stretch them, the nervous system and emotions can surface, and this is completely normal, as it is just the body letting go. So in today's practice, I want you to focus on just releasing any tension that you may be holding, especially when it comes to the hips. Maybe you're holding tension in the face, release it. Maybe you're holding tension in the jaw, release it. Let it go. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly open up the eyes as we begin our practice. Inhale, send the arms up high. As you exhale, bring them back down by your side. Again, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come back down by our side. This is a good time to start activating our Ujjayi breath. We learned that in our foundations on day 1. If you haven't already, take a look. We're very gently constricting the back of the throat, keeping our mouth closed or open, using our ocean breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms come down by our side. On your next inhale, bring your arms up high. And as you exhale, we're going to twist on over to our right side, a nice gentle twist to warm up the spine. Not too far. As you inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, maybe we twist just a little bit deeper. And on the next inhale, arms up high. Exhale, twist on over to the other side. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. Inhale, arms come back up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Shifting forward now to our tabletop position. We come on down to the mat, hands under the shoulders and knees are under the hips as we start to warm up with cat-cow. So as you inhale, arch the back. Our gaze comes forward. We're not overextending here. We're starting out slow. Exhale, belly button comes into spine. Inhale, come on out. Exhale, round the spine. Chin comes to chest. Cat pose. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Come back to a neutral spine, and we're going to lift the right leg and bend it back behind us. And we're going to do our cat-cow, but we're going to do it with the leg. So as you inhale, you do a little crunch. Exhale, right leg comes back behind you. Inhale. And back out. Third time, knee comes to nose. Look forward. And as you come back in, You're going to step that right foot up to the top of the mat, kind of coming into a nice little lunge. Now, option to grab the blocks. They are great stabilizers here for the hands. And we're going to just work on pressing forward to get a little bit of space right here in the front of the hips. So very gently, we're just pulsing, making sure that knee doesn't go over the toes. We've got a really nice angle here, and you should be feeling this down the front side of the left as we work into that hip. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, maybe we push a little deeper. Just working open that stretch, opening up the front of the hip there. Right into that psoas muscle. On your next inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, we come back for a half split. Take a nice deep breath in. Now this is a nice deep stretch, so you're definitely feeling it down the back of that right leg there. But don't hold any tension. We're releasing tension, releasing any sort of pressure. Because the more you can release into the muscle, the better the stretch. On your next inhale, come on up. Move the blocks out of the way. Bring your hands back down to the mat and back to our tabletop. Other side, bend the left knee. And we're going to do knee to nose, our cat pose. Exhale, arch the back, leg comes back. And again, 2 more times with the breath. Now as you come on in, we're going to step that left foot up again. Maybe shift that front leg up. Grab those blocks for a little bit of support. And we're just going to pulse forward, opening up the right side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale maybe to go a little deeper. Releasing any tension. And if you're back here, you're back here. If you're down here, you're down here. You do what feels right for your body. On your next inhale, move the blocks out of the way as we shift back to our half split, getting a nice stretch down the back of that left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe fold a little deeper. Release the tension. This is where you can hold a little bit of tightness in the jaw naturally as you're trying to stretch out a muscle, but just be mindful and release that tension. Come on back up. Plant the hands. Back to our tabletop. Beautiful. Just for fun, let's send the hips back for a nice child's pose. Lengthening out the arms, spreading out the fingers, maybe resting the forehead on the mat. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Now keep in mind during any time this is where you need to be or you need to rest, that's okay. This is a great place to come to. Nobody can see you, so really you can do whatever you like, but this is a great place to come if for any reason you need to take a moment or a pause. On your next inhale, we're going to curl on up, curl the toes under and come into a plank. Getting nice and strong. Hands are under the shoulders. We're going to do a vinyasa, so we're going to tuck our toes forward and lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, curl the toes under for downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. We're looking between the shins with nice soft eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Maybe getting the heels a little closer to the mat, but it is not a requirement of downward facing dog. If your heels are up here or if your heels are down here, it's okay. Wherever you are, we're pressing back. On your next inhale, we're going to step up to the top of the mat with a long spine. Exhale to fold a little deeper. We're going to do a little twist. So as you inhale, lengthen that right arm up and twist over to your right side. Exhale, come back down, twist over to the other side. Doing a little dynamic twist here, just moving with the breath. Come back over. Remembering to keep a nice soft bend in the knees. Maybe as you twist over, one knee bends a little deeper. Kind of like you're walking as you twist. Here we go. Come back down to neutral. Inhale, the hands come up high to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Beautiful. Ground down through all four corners of the feet. Feet are about hip distance apart. Let's come into Tadasana, our mountain pose. Shoulders are back and down. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. And we're going to warm up with some sun salutations. So if you don't know already, you can go to my sun salutations how-to. We're going to do sun salutation A. So take a deep breath in. Arms come up high to the sky. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank, lowering through our chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. On your next breath in, step up to the top of the mat, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, send those arms up high to the sky. And exhale, hands come down through heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms come up high. Exhale, we fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Plant those hands, step back to a plank. Lowering through our chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. 3 breaths here in your downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. 2 more times. On your next breath in, step up to the top of the mat, long spine. Exhale, fold just a little deeper now, we're warm. Inhale, send those arms up high to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Beautiful. Back to Tadasana. Shoulders back and down. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. We're going to do 1 round of sun salutation B. So inhale, the arms come up. Sink the hips low into a chair pose. Making sure those knees are tracking right over, not going over the toes, but they're tracking just above the toes. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, we fold forward over the legs. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank, lowering through our chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step the right foot up between the hands. Drop the back knee into like a little lunge here. Inhale, come on up. Hands come up high to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Other side before you change your mind. Step that left foot up. Drop the back knee. Come into your lunge. Hands come up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back to down dog. Shift forward to a plank for a little vinyasa. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Good job. Whew. We're warm. That is exactly the purpose of our sun salutations. It's really to help build that heat, build that energy, warm up the muscles from head to toe. Inhale the right leg up and back behind us, 3-legged down dog. Shift the knee to your nose. 3-legged down dog. Knee to nose. One more time. Knee to nose. 3-legged down dog. Bend the knee, opening up the hip. Really pressing through all the corners of the fingers there. Keeping a nice slight micro bend in that supporting leg. Downward facing dog. All right, moving on. Inhale, the left leg comes back behind us for 3-legged down dog. Shift forward, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, leg goes back. Knee to nose. One more time. Leg comes back. Shift forward, knee to your nose. And as you come on back to 3-legged down dog, bend that knee, open up the hip. We're strong in that supporting back leg with a nice micro bend. Our palms, all 4 corners of the fingers, pressing into the mat. You're strong. Come on forward. We're going to bring that left leg up to the top of the mat. Option to drop that back knee. We're going to heel toe. If you can see, heel toe that foot out to the side of the mat. We're going to come into our lizard lunge. Pressing forward, getting a nice stretch down the front of that right side. Lizard lunge. Take a nice deep breath in. I don't know about you, but I'm a little out of breath. And release, deep breath out. Take a nice deep breath in. And deep breath out. Heel toe that foot back into center. Energize through that back leg. We're going to shift on over the back foot to the long edge of the mat. Shift that front foot to the long edge and come on down for Skandasana. If you need a block, place it just underneath the bum as we come into our half yogi split. We're pressing in, pressing out that bent knee, flexing that foot, getting a nice stretch all through the inner leg. Lengthen up through the spine. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. On your next inhale, bring the hands back to the mat, lift up. We're going to come on over to the other side, Skandasana on the other side. If you need that block, use that block. You want to make sure that you can sit up. I'm still not there. I'm still practicing. Turn the toes up to the sky, pressing into that bent knee. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. These blocks really come in handy when you need just a little bit of support. Okay, lizard lunge facing the back of your mat. So we're going to come on up. We're going to shift everything towards the back of the mat. Move the block out of the way if you use one. Drop that back knee. Heel toe that foot out to the side. And lunge for your lizard lunge. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. We're going to energize out that back leg. Heel toe that foot back to the center. And we're going to step back to downward facing dog. Now we have to do those 3 knees to nose on the right side. We got to stay even. So inhale that back leg for 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee comes to nose. 3-legged down dog, knee to nose. One more time. Knee to nose. Send that right leg back. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Back leg is strong. You're strong. Release any tension. I know this has been a little bit of a workout. But you are strong. You are stable. And you are releasing the tension. Come on back to downward facing dog. On the next inhale, step on up for forward fold facing the back of the mat. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, send those arms up high to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Good job. Now we're going to come back to the top of our mat. Back into our Tadasana. Hands down by our sides, palms forward. Grounding down through all 4 corners of the feet. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. We're going to inhale the arms up high to the sky. We're going to interlace our fingers and then we're going to turn our palms up to the sky. Lengthen. Exhale, we side bend over to the right side. Getting a nice stretch down that left side body. If you're having a hard time breathing, you've gone way too far. Just getting a nice stretch. We're pushing into the hips. Come on back to center. Head on over to the other side. Take a nice deep breath in. And deep breath out. Back up to center. Little tiny micro back bend. And hands release down by your side. Moving on to our next sequence, figure 4, we're going to pick the right knee up. We're going to cross it over the left, and we're going to sink the hips down back into that chair pose. Your supporting leg is strong. Take a nice deep breath in. If you lose your balance, just come on back in. Maybe your hands are at heart center. Maybe you challenge yourself, hands come up, shoulders back and down. Figure 4. Now we're going to do a little bit of a balance challenge here. So if you fall out, you just go right back to where you were. Take a nice deep breath in. And out, sink a little lower. On your next inhale, come on up. We're going to go into Warrior 3. So hips are square to the mat. Airplane arms if you need. Supporting leg is strong. Take a nice deep breath in. Good deep breath out. On your next inhale, we're going to come to a high lunge. Drop that back foot. Lunge into that front knee. To a nice high lunge. Good job. A little bit of a balance challenge there. Take a nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Hands can come to hips. Bend that back knee. Step on up to the top of your mat. Got to do the other side. Got to stay balanced on both sides. So we're going to pick that left knee up. Cross it over the right. Into our figure 4. Sink those hips down. Option, if you need a wall, use a wall. Alright, hands, oopsie, losing my balance. Hands can be at heart center, or if you want to challenge yourself, bring the arms up. Take a nice deep breath in. You're strong through that supporting leg. Shoulders are back and down. And on the next inhale, we transition to warrior 3. You got this. Take a nice deep breath in. Make sure that hip is not rolling open to the side. We're rolling the hip down towards the mat, keeping the hips square to the mat. Drop that back foot for a nice high lunge. This is my wiggly side. It's normal to have one side that's just a little bit more unstable, I guess you can call it. Lunge into that front knee. Arms are at heart center. Arms are up. Wherever you would like them. Lunge into that back leg. Step on back up to Tadasana. Our mountain pose. Good job. Give the shoulders a roll. Maybe drop the chin to the chest and give the neck a little bit of a roll. Come back to center. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. Now we're going to flow down to the mat for our closing practice. So inhale, the arms come up high to the sky. Exhale, we fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Plant those hands. Step back to a plank. Lowering through our chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Good job. On the next inhale, come on down to your mat. We're going to shift our legs out in front of us. And we're going to come into a nice butterfly Baddha Konasana pose. We did this one a lot in school. The soles of the feet come to touch in front. Bring them in towards you as much as you can, but we're not forcing it. Just wherever you are. And we just bounce the legs up and down like a little butterfly. Maybe roll the neck. Just release. Allow the breath to naturally soften. Take a nice deep breath in. And release. Close up the legs. And we're going to transition down to our back for our closing practice. So very softly, come on down. We're going to have the knees just up for a nice. So come on down, hug the knees, give the knees a little bit of a squeeze. Maybe rock side to side, releasing the lower back. Now we're going to drop the feet to the mat and we're going to cross. Let's start with our right over the left knee and just butterfly it out. Just getting a little bit more into that hip. Option to stay here, or you can reach the hands around, lift that left leg up into a nice reclined pigeon pose. Maybe we're holding on to the back leg, maybe we're holding on to the foot and the knee, and we're just bringing it in, getting a nice stretch down that sciatic area. Very nice stretch for that area. Take a nice deep breath in and let it go. Next, we'll do a little twist. So just exactly how you have the knees, you're going to drop them over to that left side, keeping the shoulder blades firmly planted on the mat. Look on over the opposite fingers, lengthen the arm out onto the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. Maybe with your opposite hand, we work on pushing that knee open. Come on back up. Lengthen your right leg up to the sky and lower it down, maybe giving it a nice little ankle roll as we come on down. Nice. Let's switch sides. So we're going to bend that right leg. Left foot comes across, back into almost that figure four, pressing open. Option to stay here or back into a reclined pigeon. So you can reach for the back of the thigh, or maybe you're holding on to the foot and the knee. Keep that foot flexed to protect the knee. And we're just working the legs in close as you can. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Twisting over to the right now, we drop everything how it is. Lengthen the opposite arm out onto the floor, looking towards those beautiful fingertips. Maybe working that left knee open. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. Come on back to center. Hug the knees in. Option to stay here, or maybe we reach for happy baby, reaching for the soles of the feet and pressing them down, opening up through the hips again. Take a nice deep breath in. Maybe we're holding on to the ankles, or maybe we're back in butterfly. Whatever feels right for you, we're just winding down and stretching and moving in whatever feels natural to you. This is all about your body, how you are feeling. Maybe you play around. Maybe you do happy baby. Maybe you transition to butterfly. Maybe you stretch the legs out. Maybe you bring them in. Have fun with it. Release the legs. Maybe we do a final windshield wipe. Flex the feet. Rotate through the fronts. Rotate the legs. Just a nice little windshield wipe here. Lengthen the legs out. Lengthen the arms up. Big stretch from head to toe. And we come into our final corpse pose for our Shavasana, final relaxation. Option, keep the knees tucking into each other. If you're having a little bit of a lower back issue, or maybe we're in traditional corpse pose, just let the feet hang out, just let the arms hang out. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Our whole purpose here of our Shavasana is to just soak up everything we did in our practice, all the work we did to release the tension in the hips. Release the tension in the jaw, in the face. Anywhere that feels that you needed to release, just let it go. Now I invite you to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. But if you're ready, invite a little bit of movement back into the fingers, back into the toes. We're going to roll on over to one side and just take a pause. Very carefully press yourself back up to seated as we meet in the middle of the mat. Inhale, the arms come up high to the sky. Exhale, we fold forward in gratitude. Come on up. Namaste.